I think it's too easy to say, this event was successful because 40 people showed up. Yay! And then that's it. And thinking about events less as, oh, we just need to bring people in, more as one, we're using this as a springboard for retention, but two, maybe we can use it as a way to tag people's interests. When I'm talking to a lot of garden center owners, it seems like a lot of garden center owners understand that events are what they need to be doing. And how many times have we talked about, you need to be a third place, you need to inspire people to come, create reasons for people to come out. And I think one part of that discussion has been left behind is what do we do after an event and how do we measure success of an event? We were guilty of this 5 years ago when we were first starting out. It's okay, bye, thanks for coming to our event. And then we don't know what happens to that customer after that, if they come back or not. I want to explore the fact that so many garden centers are leaving this opportunity on the table to bring people back and how we can use events as a customer retention tool and thinking about events less as, oh, we just need to bring people in, more as one, we're using this as a springboard for retention, but two, maybe we can use it as a way to tag people's interests. If they signed up for the mini gardening class with their 4-year-old, that tells us something about that customer.
So I think events are a great way to, one, build your newsletter, where during the event, you can grab people's emails and then afterwards, send them a thank you. Say, hey, thanks for coming to this event. Come back. You can have a coupon code if you want and say, hey, next time you come in, here's 10% off. That's a great way to retain them and get them come back. You can also use that as an opportunity to be like, hey, thanks for coming. We hope that you'll come to our next event in June. Let's use summer because that's a tough time. And you're already building interest. You're already inviting them back and you're building that relationship of, I see you. I care about you. Thank you. The clients we've worked with, it is actually genuine for them. That is, we love our customers. Thank you for coming back. And that's the kind of people we like working with anyways, those that care about not just the dollar, but the customer. So that's a great opportunity to build your newsletter, to keep them coming back. And Abby did something really cool for one of our clients' events. And when you had this topic, I thought of this, where she had pictures on social media of the event. And it was like, we had a great time at this event and all this, and thanks for coming out and all these fun pictures. And it said what the event was. And it was Abby's post where I'm like, shoot, I wish I had gone to it. And that's when we know it's successful, when we look at it and we're like, darn, I should have gone.
I think that's something we should come back to, Elizabeth. I talk about that a lot. That's the one scarcity marketing tool on social media that I do use. But I also, for the email side of it, something too, we do use this a lot for the brewery I market with and the restaurants. With growing your email list too, it's a great opportunity to make use of tags and segments in your email audience. Assuming you get permission, you import those audience members for, let's say, we do some bookish events for one of my clients and we tag those. We have a book club and we get all their emails and they agree to that. And we send them book club email reminders, but also I have those tagged so that then when we do an author event in the fall, I can make sure whether I want to send that to them specifically. Maybe I don't add them into my regular emails, but you can have these extra things so that then if you're sending follow-up emails, maybe do one regular email that has all your upcoming stuff and you're going to do a follow-up email. This event is specifically targeted towards whatever. These people who, if we're talking about like a winery or restaurant, like people who like bourbon, let's just follow up with just people who have come to our past bourbon experience. So I think that is, I would say from events, that's the biggest thing that I've taken away for so many of my clients that also I see people forgetting to do. And it's easy to forget. You're like, cool, event is done. It was successful. We made the money. Everyone's happy. Let's all take a break. But I'm like, wait, make sure I get those emails, because it's so valuable.
So what do we think is the best way to get those emails? Because I'm thinking some garden centers might struggle with the actual digital sign up side. Because if you're saying some of our clients want to know how many people are coming, so I think it's like Ticket Spice or whatever else we can use to make sure that we see that we have 16 people coming on Thursday. And then that might be a good way to capture their email. You have to submit your email and your name.
Yeah, if that is something you're doing. In a perfect world, add a checkbox that says, I agree, I don't agree, because that will make it easier. You won't run into people saying, well, I didn't subscribe to your emails.
Yeah.
The other thing is, to your point of the people who maybe aren't doing that, maybe it's just a free community event, or I'll use the book club example. Book club, it's tedious. They have a physical sign-in. So then it's optional. Right. People can say, I'm not putting my email. And it's explained on the sheet, hey, if you put your email down, we're going to use this to add you to the book club list and keep you up to date. So people can manually opt in, and then you do have to manually put those over, but it's easier than ever before. You can usually just scan those in now and copy paste, but have something in person. And if it's a festival, there's a table that has signups, and you use those signups to raffle off a little giveaway as an incentive to join. But I think as far as not ticketed things, having some sort of physical sign up opportunity is your best bet. In my experience, I don't know what Elizabeth, Rebecca, what you guys see there.
We actually created an email list for a client, just like what Abby was saying, where they didn't have a great email list. I think it was something like, Rebecca, you've seen the stats, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. We started with, I think, 4,500, and then through these sort of events and the raffle in particular, they raffled off a Japanese maple. I remember that specifically. And people love that. And through initiatives like that, their newsletter is something like, I think, 14,000 in 2 years. It's over 14,000, almost 15 in 2 years. That's a massive growth. And it's through initiatives like that and following up. And now they have it where their email list is, they'll say first come, first serve on this specific plant. They sell out after sending those newsletters before it even gets to social a lot of times. And they're like, no, don't say anything about that. We're out, which is the dream, right? But it all started from those events and not letting that opportunity get wasted, like Abby was saying.
Yeah, absolutely. I would also say too that kind of going back to sharing pictures of the event after the fact, I would say garden centers always forget to do that because we want to promote the event, and then after the event's done, we're like, oh, that's in the past. That's in the past. Because often if we just see like a flyer on it or a picture promoting it, we're going to be like, oh, that sounds nice, whatever. But if we actually see what it feels like to be there, especially for the younger generations, that's how people are seeing themselves at your garden center.
Yep. For some reason, this is something that people they automatically count it out. And I see this with a lot of my social media clients, even ones that are doing events that maybe aren't open to the public, like if it's a team, like a corporate, but wrap-ups, a carousel or a little reel are huge because it shows the culture and lets people picture themselves there, get to know you. And you think about how real, like social media, not real social media. Think about how non-business social media works. That's what they do. They go on a vacation, they do something fun, and they share about it later. It's absolutely, it's part of what this is. And it's so valuable.
Yeah. And then when a person that's never heard of you before, maybe just moved to the area, finds you on Facebook or on Instagram, they're actually seeing signs of life, not just promotion, not just, oh, look at us. No, they're seeing actual proof that you are a part of the community that they
Yes. Yeah.
I also want to remind people that foot traffic is not the same as customer growth. I think we all get in the mindset of the goal is foot traffic. The goal is always more foot traffic. Yes. But the goal is to make sure that foot traffic comes back. Because what happens if you have 200 people come to a spring event and then we do nothing to collect emails, tag interest, or invite them into the next step? What percentage of those people just evaporate into the air and never come back? How do we turn that event visitor into a repeat customer? And I would say when we're putting together the newsletters, do not shy away from exclusivity. And even in person, sign up for this, like the book club thing. Sign up here to become a part of the book club list. You're not just selling a newsletter. We all get so many business newsletters in our inboxes, and it has gotten crazy. So make sure your newsletter that people are getting actually feel human, add value, aren't just like everything else people are getting in their inboxes. Make sure that they know they're going to get 10% off of colocasia or whatever it is on their next visit.
I was going to say these events are also an opportunity for your blog to showcase an event. You can do even after the event and ultimately tied to whatever event you have, and you make sure that's SEO SEO, GEO, AEO
Yeah.
optimized, which means you're appeasing the robots and the Google and everything.
Yeah.
And then when you do that event next year, then it's going to pop up events in my area to do that are kid friendly or that are family friendly or that are educational, whatever tags you do. And even though that was an event that happened last year, you already set the groundwork for the search engines to come find you for the next year. So you're laying down the foundations for the future, which is great. And it's fine to do it that way. It's fine to do it after the fact, especially with events. It can get overwhelming. There's so much to do. Oh my gosh, and now I have to do this. That's why you would have us ideally. But also with blogs, it does have that unique aspect of you are putting in the work now to reap the benefits later.
And I would say too, like every event needs an email capture plan before you even have the event, because then you can be a little creative. Instead of saying sign up for a newsletter, do you want the care guide from today's class? Do you want first dibs on the next workshop? Do you want the planting checklist from the class? So maybe just keeping it a little relevant. So, beyond a coupon for the next visit, which in my opinion, you should always include, but hey, that's just me.
I think the last thing I would add too, and it's a little bit of a shift. I was thinking about what you said in the beginning. I've talked about how events aren't just about bringing people in the door and making money that day. And it made me think about how, particularly with one of my clients and businesses I work with, they're not even really focused on making money as far as ticket sales or being huge volume drivers. What they are is the goal is for them to be community additions in the sense of something kind of small that let people come and enjoy. The goal is for them to leave with such a positive experience that then the next time they want to go out, they think of this place, right? They think, oh, we love that place. We had such a wonderful time there. And so these, what they're doing is they're solidifying that loyalty, that positive association of this business. So anyway, I was just thinking about that whole strategy. And I think when you have one event planned, something really smart, either while you're planning that or as soon as you're done, is to start thinking about the next thing. Because it can be really easy to get all your momentum on this one event, especially if you're newer. And then life takes over and you get busy. But when you have a strategy of, okay, we host these events for this reason, because when people come once, they want to come again. And it might take them a couple events. Yeah, they leave that one and had a good time. They're like, oh, I love that place, or I like that place a lot. Give them 2 more of those. You are now their favorite place in the world.
Yeah. It does definitely help to sit down and plan this out 12 months ahead with the events and with the email capture system. We all get into the depth of our businesses. It's hard to work on the business when you're working in the business. And sometimes it just, you can save so much time and stress by just sitting down and saying, okay, we're going to have one event every month, say what that event is, and have a templated process for email follow-ups. And then also remind yourself, one event can become a reel, a photo carousel, a blog post, as Elizabeth mentioned, a newsletter, a follow-up offer. It can even turn into testimonial requests. So you can use one event to springboard so many other content types if your goal is to reach new audiences, boost foot traffic, and stay front of mind for people in your community that might not think of you when they're like, I need to go buy plants. I guess I'll go to Home Depot, right? No, Deborah, but that's what's up, because we need to be able to pull people in, especially since, and I will keep mentioning this because it's this important. And we mentioned this in the last group podcast, but because Home Depot is coming for us because they're starting to have more events at their garden centers too. So yeah, basically bottom line, events create attention. Follow-up turns that attention into more revenue. So if you guys are having a hard time getting all the events together, if you're having a hard time putting a plan in place to capture those people as your audience after they leave your garden center after the event, maybe you need some support on that. We are McCuskers Marketing for horticulture businesses, and we're here to help you.
Someone just commented about event economics today on one of our posts, and I said, yes.
Hell yes.
Real.
Love that.